It's another segment of La Bella World Cake Training, and in today's segment I'll be trying a different recipe of my butter and oil mixture. Sometimes as a baker you need to try your different recipes and see what it gives you, as long as the recipe is healthy. So here I'm going to be using my 250-gram butter with my 65 milliliters of oil, and this recipe is going to give me a 1/4 kg of cake. It's not a 1/2 kg, not 1 kg, but a 1/4 kg of cake. So here I'm going to measure my 3 cups of flour, as you can see. Two. All right, and 3. That's my 3 cups of flour. I'm going to leave the measurements of the ingredients at the description button on my YouTube channel at La Bella World. In case you don't get it right in the video, you click on the arrow down, you will see the description. Okay, now I'll add in my baking powder. Here, just a tablespoon of baking powder. I add it into. Okay, I just want to touch a little baking soda into my. Okay, my 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. The reason I'm adding the baking soda is because I'm going to be moisturizing my cake a bit with water. So the baking soda now will help me to not to make my cake to be so dense or sticky. Okay, this is my milk flavor powder. I'm going to touch a little here because I'll still need it to add to my flour at the end. So all right, I reserve some for later. Okay, this is it, my nutmeg. I'm going to grate it in now. All right, that's about the quantity I need. So all right, this is it. I add my tablespoon of real powdered milk. The other one was flavored milk. This one is milk powder, so I add it to my flour mixture. I mix all my dry ingredients together. Okay, with my cake board I can just cover up my powdered ingredients with and I set it aside. All right, clean off my surface. All right, now I move over to my separation of egg. Yes, I can use any method of preparation of cake. I can use liquid base, but here I want to do the creaming base, so I'm not gonna put my egg together. I'm just gonna separate it. As you can see, this is my egg yolk and this is my egg white, so I'm putting them in separate plates. Okay, now I think I should separate in a different plate now. Why I'm separating in a different plate is because the egg may be bad, but I know this is a fresh egg, so I'm not gonna have a bad egg like that. Pour it in. So now
wash.
and at this point I'll just start whisking. Okay, this is it. My egg yolk is now fluffy, very fluffy, as you can see. So I'm going to set it aside now and whisk my egg whites. Okay, to prepare my egg whites to be fluffy, I just drop in a tablespoon of sugar and I drop in a pinch of salt. Okay, I drop in a pinch of salt. Okay, now I drop in my just a little drop of flavor. I start whisking. I'm gonna whisk this now till it becomes very fluffy. You can see now is the egg white is now foamy, so I'm gonna keep whisking till it becomes very fluffy. Here I'm actually dwelling on this part of whisking of my egg white to be fluffy because of the numerous comments I had from my previous training about how to make a very fluffy egg white without mixer. So the other one I made, I used a mixer, but this one now I decided to use my egg whisk to do it, to see if you can still achieve the same result without mixer. Okay, this is it. Look at how fluffy my egg white is. I turned the plate upside down, it didn't pour out. So this is the consistency I need. Now I'll move over to mixing of my liquid. Like I said, I'll be using water at some point. So here is my 200 milliliters of water. I'm just going to drop in from the same quantity of sugar I'm using. That's a cup of sugar. I'm going to drop in my 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then I'll just add in the powdered milk. All this is from the same quantity as you will see in the description button. This is to give my cake a yummy taste and the nutrient it requires. Alright, now I move over to mixing of my cake proper, having separated all this. Look at this. This is my butter. Can I have scissors, de favor? Scissors. So as you can see, I'm going to be using hand creaming method with my mortar pestle as usual. My baking is for beginners, for people who want to bake cake for home. As a commercial person, you can as well use hand creaming method. It's not bad. Oftentimes the mixer, the electricity supply affect us, so we still have to fall back on something. Now this is it. From my 1 cup of sugar, okay, that's where I got all the ones I separated here from. I'm just I made a mistake there. Okay, should I just cream the butter a bit before I start? Then it's okay. Now it starts creaming. Scrape off the sides, and like I said, I don't spend much time creaming. To make my work faster, I just throw in my egg yolk that I whisked earlier, the fluffy egg yolk I whisked earlier. I just throw it into the butter mixture. Now, if your strength cannot carry creaming in 360 degrees, you can just concentrate on one side, then you turn the basin. Then at this point, alright, now I'm going to pour in my liquid, that's the oil. And continue creaming. As you can see, the mixture is very free now, so I'm not going to ever stress myself creaming it anymore. It's very free now, it's yummy. So we scrape off the sides, so all the sugar crystals will come down and melt in at the same time. Guys, never mind my mortar pestle. It's so funny. Like all my videos, I keep using this mortar pestle. This is a workman's tool. You know, I try another one and my hand is like it's not working with me. That's because I've been using this for a while and it works for me. Will you stop shouting into my videos, small one? I'm going to put in my egg white. This is when the egg white comes in. I'm going to share the egg white into 2 parts. Baby, stop shouting. Okay, here. Ouch, what's that? Alright, now this is it. You can see how fluffy the mixture is now. No more crystals. And I'm just going to put in the water. This is the water, so I heated. Now turn to my milk, and here it goes. Just like that. Then I'm gonna add in a little of my dry fruit. I'm not going to make it more of fruit-based cake, but just want to top in my resin into the mixture. And that's an already soaked resin, which I soaked with alcohol. I didn't mention to you, it's a lighter carrot cake, so I'm going to grate in my carrots now. Just use my salad grater. This is it. That's how. Okay, this is it, my grated carrot. You can extract the carrot juice, it depends on what you want. So I'm just going to toss this into the mixture. I'm going to toss it into the mixture and mix it in. Now this is it, my carrots, raisins cake. At this point, I'm not going to be using this pestle again. No, I'm gonna use my spatula. By spatula, I mean my gari turner. For those of us in Nigeria who knows gari, I'm gonna use gari turner to fold. Please mark the word fold. This is a creaming cake, so at this point I am gonna be folding. I won't be creaming anymore. This is my 3 cups of flour I measured earlier. I'm going to fold it in. Okay, so just sieve it in. Okay, you can now see all those ingredients I added earlier. Okay, and the last cup. This is it. Okay, this is it. This is what I mean by folding. Please take notes. You fold. I don't want a situation that after the whole process you find out your cake is not rising, or your cake is sitting back like sticky, like loi loi. If you know what I mean by loi loi, that's fufu. By the time you fold your cake like this, it is never going to be like loi loi. But if you just keep creaming it, there is every possibility that the cake is going to sit back, be sticky like fufu. All right, now this is it. If you notice, I didn't add flavor earlier, so this is my 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, so you can add 2. I think that 2 is enough. Then I add the remaining milk, flavor. Just keep adding, and I keep folding. Remember, the word is fold, please, not cream anymore, but fold. You can see the consistency of my cake batter. It is not the runny type, it is the creamy type I made. So I'm not doing it like a liquid based batter, no. So this is it. Turn it into my baking pan. Please, at this point, make sure that you don't overstress, you don't overwork your batter. Just see a little folding here. Okay, there is something I want you to learn here. I want to make this cake a strawberry and my carrots cake, and at this point I'm going to take out some quantity of butter. That's 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, 4, and 5. All right, now I'm going to add a little of my food color, and just to change it to that pinky strawberry color. Okay, this is it. My chocolate, my strawberry cake out of my carrot cake. So this is actually baby's cake, so they need the pinky touch of it. This is it. And I move to greasing of my pan. Here I just take my butter and rub into the pan. Please, I'm using a square shaped pan here, so I'm going to make sure that I fill in the butter right inside here so my cake can come out properly. And in my other video I dusted my pan with flour, but this time I'm not going to be doing that. And here is what I do. I take 1 tablespoon. I'm just going to fill my pan now with the butter, as you can see. But and on this other part, I'm just going to be pouring in the strawberry mixture. Okay, this is it for my batter. I have my strawberry pinky and I have my plain carrot cake here in the, as you can see, I am giving it a heat. That's to bring out air bubbles, so it's not going to shoot out humps on my cake. And at this point, if you check, see what I'm doing, I'm spreading out the center of my cake a little. That's because I don't want too much hump to come out of the cake when I finish baking. That's if I don't want to trim much. But you can also use foil to cover up the pan to prevent it from being over humpy, so you don't have to trim out your client's cake too much. And so I take the cake to the pot. All right, this is my already preheated pot, and I'm going to give my cake a little steam baking. So I'm going to drop a little water into it, just like a tablespoon of water, and I drop in my cake and bake for 35 minutes. 35 minutes. You can see the rack I put there, so I'm going to bake for 35 minutes. All right, let's take a quick check at the cake. Whoa, this is how it is. But there is something I need to correct here. I want to correct that. If you're putting your cake batter into the pan, please don't make it to pass half of the pan. Look at it, it has so come up now. I didn't want it to come up this way. So my next batter now, I'm going to reduce it. If it is too much, we'll still reduce it. So I'm going to cover back the cake because it is not well done. As I can see, the center is not well dried because the batter was too much in the pan. 5 minutes yet. Alright, let's take a final look at the cake. I'm sure by now the cake must have been done, so I set my knife. It comes out clean. That means the cake is perfectly done, so I'm going to take it out now. Okay, so I quickly flip my cake by turning my cake. This is how I do. I place my board on top of the pan, flip it over, the cake comes out. I take it out. Whoa, look at it. Wow, isn't it beautiful? And place another board on top, flip it over, and take out my cake. Yeah, here it goes. Here it is. And now I'm going to continue baking the remaining batter. I even made more of this, so I'm going to continue. Alright, right, this is it from La Bella World Baking Room today. I hope you have been able to learn something from my new recipe trial. You can see here I have my carrots in the cake. I have my raisins in the cake, and I made a strawberry recipe out of the cake. You can see how it is now. And what I would advise is, if you are baking a cake like this, please don't put much of butter. Let your butter be something that at the end of the day comes out like 2 inches. For you, it shouldn't be like 3 to 4 inches, so it will be done evenly and easily at once. So this is it. Please, if you like my video, give it a thumbs up for me. Press that thumbs up button, the like button, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel at La Bella World, and so that more videos coming your way, you will be notified. You will also see it. Thank you, and here I say bye.